Welcome viewers, Dr. JWAU. Islamophobia defined. When the absence of evidence was manufactured. There's no evidence. The sentence ended the meeting. There's no evidence. Everyone looked at the report. Nothing substantial had been found. No major investigation. No competing analysis. No uncomfortable conclusion demanding a response. The subject appeared settled. Then someone at the back of the room asked, who actually looked for the evidence? There was silence. The research proposal had never been approved. The journalist had abandoned the investigation. The academic had narrowed the question, and the witness was never interviewed. The controversial material had been considered too sensitive to pursue. And suddenly, no evidence meant something very different. In this behavioural investigation, I now reach a dangerous inversion. Normally, absence of evidence means investigators searched and failed to establish the proposition. But what happens when the investigation itself never occurs? If reputational pressure discourages inquiry, if difficult questions are reframed, and if accusations of Islamophobia sometimes make examination socially expensive, the missing evidence can acquire a misleading appearance. Nothing found because nobody seriously looked. And that possibility proves nothing about the underlying claim. An uninvestigated allegation is not automatically true. Criticism of Islamic doctrine, Islamic history, Islamic political movements, institutions, extremist interpretations, or contested practices still require evidence, context, verification, rebuttal, and counter-evidence. And genuine prejudice against Muslims remains a separate wrong deserving clear condemnation. Of course it does. But intellectual honesty requires another distinction. And that's this, viewers. We investigated and found no evidence. It's not the same statement as we have no evidence because nobody investigated. One is a finding, the other may be a research failure. Confuse them and the consequences become extraordinary. Silence becomes consensus and missing research becomes reassurance. And eventually the absence created by avoidance can be presented as evidence that there was never anything worth examining. The investigation now confronts its most uncomfortable possibility, the investigation of Islamophobia defined. Sometimes the empty file tells you nothing about the allegation. It just tells you something about the investigation into Islam that was incomplete and possibly avoided. And that's why Islamophobia defined matters.